What's going down, y'all? You're muted.
Good, because what I was saying is we have a show going down and this is going to be crazy. So before I do it, oh boy, Joseph, cover us right now, please.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
Stacy, I told you I'll get it right one of these days.
I'm still waiting. I'm joking.
Fucked it up. Fucked it up. I tried, but it's
all
okay.
good.
But hey, that's what happens when you do it live, man. Hey, Jimmy, cut the music. You got to get a new intern, Stacy. Bro, what a week, man. We got, first and foremost, crazy ass week. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
Hey, we are two tired dads, and we're back, man. Hey, first of all, thank you guys for showing up. Give us a text back, 636-338-3315. I am here. We are here with our good friend, father of the show, listener of the show, Glenn Williams. Hey, everybody. Glenn, daddy, how you been, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and crack this Capri Sun since we're doing a dad show, you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, as I got my water here this time.
I have that too, but strawberry kiwi, slept on flavor, you know what I mean?
Oh, the most slept on Capri Sun.
Fire.
Oh, dude,
That and the
was
apple juice one. I will say the apple
That's
juice one
good
is a
too.
pretty good sleeper. Like,
Yeah.
I actually seen just a video the other day of somebody cutting the top off a Capri Sun, dumping out just a tad, throwing a shot in each Capri Sun, and then resealing it with
with
the
the-
hair. I was
That's
like,
dangerous.
hey, this
That's
is
dangerous.
it is dangerous.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous.
That'd go good with the old school fire lunchable
Yeah.
pizzas.
100%.
Stacy,
That's terrible.
Stacy,
He said that's terrible. What's going on, Devin?
we got a problem. Mail
going
time.
on?
Somebody took advantage of reaching out to us and asking
Finally.
if what they can do for us, what we can do for them. And I'm just going to read it. This is coming from the 720, which is Colorado.
Hey.
And we do have, I went back and looked at the statistics on the Spreaker, which if you could
We've got
download the
listeners.
Spreaker app and follow and like us there, we got listeners. Dads, longtime listener. I actually went back and followed you all the way back to your very first episode.
Hey.
I will say you
Nice.
fellas have come a long way. I like that you fixed the audio issue by episode.
Hey,
I'm a
that's
father of 3 kids. I have 2 sons and a daughter. I'm a busy man. I travel. My wife has her own business. I've come home, and my wife wanted to spice things up, as so did I, because we were gone. So for the past 3 years, we have had a third party in the bedroom.
Oh, no.
I mean, hey, that can get fun though. I mean, depends on what kind of party we're playing with.
Now, the third party that I'm saying is someone who comes around because she works with my wife's business. And even my kids call her Aunt. He has not said any names or anything like that.
That's fine. Hey, that's a
Long
good way
story
to do
short, where we're coming in, fellas, I really need to know. I don't know who else to talk to because I'm texting you from a text now number.
it.
He just wrote a paragraph and I printed it out. My daughter walked in on all 3 of us in the bedroom at 1 o'clock at night.
Oh, no.
She was in the position where mommy was on all four and with me in her mouth, and the employee or the auntie was giving it to her from the back. She walked in because the lights were on, and I look at my daughter's face, and she ran away.
Yeah,
Went
she's
back to her room,
traumatized.
told her brothers everything.
That is a nightmare.
That is horrible. Not that they
Dad,
were doing it. The fact that she
he
was
was
a
wanting to stay at the
snitch.
grandparents since I don't know what to do, and I just feel like I need to just work more because my job requires me to fly a lot. What do I do?
Honestly, in this situation, I think honesty is the best policy. Hey, we've been together a long time. We both worry about each other's happiness. Again, age plays a factor in this, but this is one of those you're better off playing it honest. You just want to, hey, you're not supposed to walk. First, I would, punish. You're not supposed to just walk in our room without knocking. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't punish them for walking in when they get scared. I mean,
hey, but in reality, this is where as parents, you teach respect and boundaries, right? So I've always been taught you knock on the door if the door is closed, right? So now, if she knocked and just walked in, like some of us do at work, on our managers, it's one of those things that, hey, I know what you saw is something you shouldn't have seen, and at this point, you got to sit down the whole table. You know what I mean? The whole family.
Yeah.
So, and it's really, hey, first and foremost, what goes on in our home is our home. It's nobody else's business, right? But the other side of that is we're grown. This is honestly that's how you guys got here. If we weren't
he didn't
participating
give
in these
ages.
acts, well, that's
He
what I'm
didn't
saying.
give,
If they're
and
of
so
age, that's why I'm making it clear. Like if you're dealing with teenagers, they've seen worse shit on YouTube. So
Yeah.
you can break it down compared to a 5 or 7 year old. I would just tell them straight up, you didn't see anything. It was all in your head. Like
Big Nasty.
gaslighting all the way.
I would also maybe suggest like carving time out for that, not at the same house all the kids are at. Maybe a hotel. You know what I mean?
Or send the
Like,
kids to the mom's house. I think
you
you're on a
got,
good page. Or grandma's.
just take a night and make sure nobody can just open the door and come into your room. You know what I mean? Go to a hotel.
That's true.
That's a tough one, dude. I'm glad I don't have to have that conversation, bro. I'm sending good vibes to that guy.
I'm a
Honestly, I
visual
would just
type
keep it
of
real.
gentleman. I mean, we get complimented that people are like, "Yeah, we love it when you guys bullshit because it just paints the stories." And I apologize for every image I probably just painted reading that letter from
Because
the
you
good old
definitely painted some
720.
very thorough picture. You know?
Yeah.
My response to the 720 is that's fucking gross. I mean, god damn it, don't be railing
it?
out
Is it?
employees, man.
Have you ever had your walk in on you? Either one of you?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me
What about you?
Fortunately, no.
Well,
I've lucked out.
we had the
Hey,
logo
that's
showing, so I had to fix that.
I gotta pick my times because I got a sliding door anyway. I don't even have a lock
I
on
don't-
the thing. You know what I
the-
mean? So you got to be smart about it.
The threesomes are a no-go for me. The swingerism is a no-go for me. I have been approached by a swinger and I knocked him in the fucking face. And
Why?
then, like,
It's a lifestyle choice. I mean,
I
all you
get
gotta
that
do
it's
is
a
you can say
lifestyle
no.
choice. I'm a short fuse type of fella, and I guess
Were
the
they
way
asking you to join, or were they asking to be the third?
it was, hey, if you want to take my wife and I'll take yours. And I fucking
Like they're Pokemon cards.
dude, I
They were trying
literally
to wife swap is what they were trying to do.
yes,
I get it. That's what I'm saying.
I just stepped out of a cage. I still had the hand wraps on me. I just
Oh my
won.
God.
I'm at the
Yeah.
bar getting a drink, and this motherfucker, and I fucking knocked him out, and Macklin chewed my ass right then and there, and it was like a big old hell fucking thing.
Well, I'm
So-
gonna be honest. I've been in Cleveland and presented with the same scenario. Like I was on a work trip, and my boss kind of set me up for failure because I had no idea that the bar attached to the hotel, which also was a really good restaurant, was a swingers bar. Okay, so I'm down there
wow.
waiting on my hot wings, and I was proposed a few times. I'm like, what the fuck? Like in my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are this is the third person now? And I'm like, I called my boss because I'm like, what the fuck do you got me in? He goes, oh, it's a swingers bar. Stay
Yeah.
stay away from there. I was like, bro, I get home, like I'm getting to the hotel at 8 o'clock. I have a car, like a rental car, but I'm not going and exploring the city when I gotta be back at work at 6 a.m., you know? And honestly, you take it as a compliment. No, thank you. It's nothing against you guys. It's just not a lifestyle I participate in. And keep it, you know what I'm saying? Keep it going. Everybody has a different viewpoint on this, right? Like I'm in
Yeah.
a relationship 16 years, right? I'm not gonna lie. If the right woman walked up, I'm gonna try to sell my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, hey, come on, hey, one time, man, just one time for the one time. Like, let's spice things up because when you got long term relationships going, shit gets boring. Not even saying the sex is boring. It's just how much can you do that doesn't change? You know what I'm saying? Like the sex is sex. You know, it's all the same. And it's not saying I want other people, but I'm saying I think any man, and I can't speak for everybody, but if you're presented with two beautiful women and there's no limits presented,
I'm not
I'm
21
over.
anymore.
Oh
I'm
man,
married
look,
now, and you know it's.
take that honey and get to work. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Okinawa, Japan, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like it was fucking dope. But now, like as that's a whole nother list. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna ask y'all. Would y'all, if we're not married,
What should the
hypothetically,
dads
let's call it
do?
what it is. If you're not married, you're a single dad,
Like, don't
hypothetically,
punish the kids.
and or even if your wife, like let's call. I know your answer, Devin, but if let's ask Glenn. If you know, beautiful woman walks up, she presents herself to your wife before she presents herself to you. She asks your wife says yes. What are you doing?
I don't think that's happened in
Well,
any
it would
lifetime.
never happen over here. Trust me, I've tried
Yeah,
for years. Okay, like,
yeah. No,
but
I don't even know I got the energy for that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I maybe in a past lifetime, but I'm pretty content with the situation I have right now.
I mean,
Same.
hey, but hey, look, he's got the energy. Don't let him fool you. This man's a pro wrestler here, so he's got the energy. You know, you might
Well,
just have everything you.
Yeah, but that's a lot to deal with. You know,
How long have you been in your relationship, if I may ask?
7 years.
Get to 10 and holla at me.
Okay.
and how many?
Like,
I mean, that's why you're here. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been and how many? Because you are tired because you. How many kids do you have?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, two 12-year-old twins. Boy and a
two.
girl. Boy and a girl. Let's go.
yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, first I want to tell you I'm jealous because
Richard.
I prayed and prayed and prayed for twins. I'm like, let's get the one and done. But how do you handle
12.
it? Like, how do you? And I'm just curious as having twins.
hmm
Obviously, we give different life advice to our sons and we give to our daughters. Not saying sexually, just how we handle situations, right?
Sure, sure.
Which one do you find more difficult, the boy or the girl?
Uh, it depends on the situation. I've had to have conversations that I never. You can't prepare for it until it happens. You know,
Yes.
uh, stuff that's happened that I was like, dude, I didn't even experience that. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. Let me try to wrap my brain around. So it's they both have their own challenges. Luckily, me and my wife, we're both pretty upfront and honest. When we have our conversations, we don't try to really sweep anything away from what the truth and reality is. So it makes things easier to, especially now that they're getting older. You could really have tough conversations. You know, own it when you need to. That's kind of like what if you mess up, we got to own it and move past it. But yeah,
Accountability.
yeah,
And
man, we're
man,
big on that. We're big on that. There's
Good.
nothing that's going to be handed to you. There's nothing that's going to be given to you. You know, you can't just walk around here and not work for anything. So yeah, we're really big on that.
So
nice.
where that led into with you? Because how young are you?
I am
You're
35.
right. Yeah. So you're 35 years young, and you've just started into pro wrestling.
Yeah,
You're very fucking good. I mean, you
thank
look
you,
like a veteran.
thank
Uh,
you.
what made that decision? Was that something to where, hey, I'm fucking 35. Let's fucking go. And how did you tell your family about that?
Yeah. I mean, brief backstory. I was in a band back in 2007, 2011. We got to Open Point Fest. I played on stage with biggest show I did on the main stage was Filter, A Perfect Circle, Chris Cornell, Linkin Park. So we got some really cool stuff. With that came a really crazy lifestyle. So I dove into a lot of drug use, was a heroin addict, homeless. So coming out of that, I was still fresh into getting clean. Thank you. Yeah. Since 2016, I've been good.
Hey, that's
Fuck
worth
yeah.
celebrating.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So coming out of that, I was still fresh into, when I met Ashley, I was still kind of fresh coming out of all of that stuff. Still really trying to find who I was. Because for almost a decade, I didn't really have an identity anymore. And so trying to just see, finding out what I like to do. So I kind of, gravitated towards music again, was doing a lot of acoustic cover gigs, then dabbled into some other stuff, tried doing a podcast with some friends and did a few episodes. And Tony Esteem, Devin, you know him, don't you?
Yeah.
So me and him are friends from back in the day, from like that time period. He was in Make Me Break Me. I was in the New Translation, and our bands played a lot together. So I knew him forever. Forever I was a wrestling fan. I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I never knew that there was like a indie scene, like music. There's a lot of parallels to both. And so when I talked to him and interviewed him, I found out that he was a tag champ. He was wrestling around, the area and doing a lot of cool stuff. And he's the one that kind of put that idea in my brain and was like, hey, man, you should definitely try it. You've got the personality for it. You love it, obviously. So he kind of was like, convince me, man, you'd be good at it. And at that time, I kind of let myself go. I was like 260, 270 pounds. I was in a really bad shape. And I just needed something, to kind of lean into. And also, like, I know that my kids are getting passions and trying to go for things. So what I don't want them to see is like dad just sitting around doing nothing. So if I'm out there grinding for something, maybe it'll help inspire them to want to continue to do the same thing. You know what I mean? And then plus me and my son bonded over watching wrestling. So this is just like a really fun experience for him to see, for me to get to do, it just all around has been a blast. So I kind of saw the DDP started at 35 and was like, look, if he can do it, make it at 35 and make a Hall of Fame career, then why can't I do something? LA Knight hopping on WWE at 40, but having a huge year and making it. So it gives me a lot of hope that, when you have the talent, you work your butt off and you have the personality for it. That age kind of gets ignored. If you can show up and make some money, then they're going to use you. So there's never been more chances now to get to in front of a national audience. And it's kind of the goal.
Hey, it looks like you're definitely achieving it because you're definitely moving up quick from what I'm understanding.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I wrestled for a company locally here, SICW. So I graduated from Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.'s academy. So that's Randy Orton's dad, if you don't know. He's a Hall of Famer as well. Was in the main event of WrestleMania 1. So all the guys that I wrestle with in that locker room are, guys that have been everywhere. 20 plus years experience, a lot of veterans, and then now like a really great group of younger guys. And Herb's been doing well, branching out with a lot of other promoters.
Shout out Herb Simmons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Herb Simmons.
Herb's like the Don of wrestling, and what his
he's watching.
Friend, yeah, heck yeah. Hey Herb, his best friend ran wrestling at the Chase and all that stuff. And Herb's been around and been in the promoting side of things and running shows forever. So to learn from him is an absolute honor, even though we don't see eye to eye all the time. And to learn from Bob and learn from all those guys in that locker room, Sean Vincent, my tag partner, Attila Khan, Steve Fender, even though I beef and feud with them, the Big Texan and Bobby D. All these, Gary Jackson, Curtis Wilde, who I'm actually going to be facing this Saturday in a tag match. All those guys have 20, 30 years experience and have wrestled everybody. I've wrestled on all the TV promotions and the territories and all that. So, it's been a great experience to be somewhere, get reps in with a weekly show, be in front of a camera, and really learn professional wrestling as opposed to learning how to do a bunch of flips and moves. You actually really learn at the core what wrestling is all about, and it's been perfect for me.
Okay. Well, I want to reflect because we've got a guest listening, which he said, Herb Simmons, and he said you cheat. So
Yeah, well,
I just want to
look,
hear your
man.
thoughts.
Yeah, people like to claim that I cheat. I like to say that this is competition, right?
Fact.
It's a sport, right? So when I'm out there and the bell rings, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. I don't live by some fake moral code like everybody else.
Oh, hit him
Okay.
with a chair.
And my uncle always told me it ain't cheating unless you get caught. So
Hey.
unless they turn around and see I'm doing something, as far as I'm concerned, everything is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. You know, that's how I approach
winners
things,
do.
man.
That's
Yeah.
how winners do it. You got to.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
sometimes I might have to slide that chair from under the ring,
Yeah,
point over
hey.
there for the ref, and smack you with it. You know,
You know,
like,
hey, Eddie Guerrero, would throw a chair in someone else's hand and then fall on the ground and let
Yep.
them get in trouble. So, I'm not doing anything that crazy, but sometimes I've had to do what I've had to do to try to get a win, bro.
Well, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're at that fifth.
Well,
There's no
quick,
time schedule.
we
Go
got
ahead. Yeah.
feedback on this one because Herb Simmons, I'm in the chat, kind of out of here, and he says you're good at apologizing to the fans, and I know before we got on the show, you said you've definitely been booed out of a few different venues. So
yeah. So what Herb means is he's trying to be funny. So I like to grab the microphone and speak my mind before the match. Maybe
Heel heat.
Maybe sometimes uninvited, right? No one told me to, but maybe I did it anyway. And so a lot of times I like to tell the crowd exactly how I feel about them, which is not really that great. Considering the first time I walked out, I got booed, which was crazy to me because I hadn't even said a word. It was the first they saw me for 2 seconds, bro. Like, what could I have possibly done for you to not like me yet, right? Like, so then when I start to dish it back to them, they don't like it. So what I did was I called Belleville, the city of Belleville. I said they were all toilet babies. And if you're unfamiliar with the term, a toilet baby is when your mom is so fat she doesn't know that she's pregnant. So when she goes to sit on the toilet and use it, flop out, you fall. Now you're a toilet baby. And so they didn't take very kindly to that. So I like to get on the mic and remind wherever we're at in that city, hey, you guys are toilet babies, don't boo me. And so Herb took it upon himself for about the last 3 or 4 shows that he threatened me. He told me that if I didn't apologize to the crowd, that I was going to be fired. And he knows that I don't want to be anywhere else right now other than SICW. So he backed me into a corner and I had to apologize. But what's crazy to me is that he's not making them apologize to me. And it doesn't seem fair. You know what I mean?
That seems fair. That's what I'm waiting for. Where's your apology?
I'm saying. Right. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot worse things being said at me.
I mean, you got to think about it. How many of those toilet babies are wasting your space in your venue while you're in your ring?
Yeah, man.
That's just outside looking.
And you're booing me, and here I am giving you my all. I'm putting my heart out there, trying to do something I love. I'm just trying to win. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to win. And you guys are booing me. I suck. You know what I mean? Calling me ugly. Some guy called me fat last time, which was crazy to me, considering he looked like a walking diabetes, which was crazy to me.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, man, they hate me. But
fuck them. So we're at that. We play our song of the week, and when he advertised us, he said things are going to get weird and funky, and I found probably a song that is super weird and super funky. So, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and get set. We're going to take like 1 minute. America.
Things catch fire in America, and no one tires in America.
Dude, I told you it's weird. And
I want to use this as kind of like a segue part because there's been so much shit going on in America. So,
understatement of the
man,
goddamn year, bro.
Demons, aliens, whatever it is, walking around in a Miami, Florida mall.
Hey, every day I wake up, I'm just wondering if today's the day.
Should we hit the list?
And it's
Go with the
scary
first?
that we're here now in America thinking like, all right, when are we finally getting hit? Like, yeah, I understand that.
Should we just hit it? Just go with the first one. Here we go. Stacy and Glenn. We got update on the Epstein list.
Run it. I need to hear some more names, but I want to hear names I know, okay?
I'd like to go on the record, and the report where Joe Rogan was on the list is absolutely false. I double scrubbed that. I couldn't believe it. Leonardo DiCaprio. What the fuck are you doing, man?
That's obvious. I mean, shit is. Look at his dates to the Golden Globes and shit. They get younger every year.
Yeah, that one doesn't surprise me.
Hillary Clinton, what are you doing, man?
Does that surprise you? Because
No.
that sure the fuck don't surprise me. Hell, she kills everybody that go. Well, no, let me take it back. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on the list. She's pretty successful.
What I meant was.
Yeah, what I meant was I mean, hell.
She's good at playing hide and seek. That's what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, hell, when your husband's in a painted dress on a wall,
dude,
you got to start asking.
I want the one with Bush in the blocks. I want that on a T-shirt. If any fans are out there, I need an extra large tank top of George Bush sitting playing with the airplanes on that waterboard painting. Like in black.
Get that framed for your man cave.
Yes, dude. I would totally. That's the next.
Hey, that TV on the left or your right is getting replaced with that painting. We gonna figure out how to do it.
Oh, we'll get it done. Who else was on it? Actually, that whole situation is fucking disgusting. But you know what? Also disgusting. Polar vortex effects, fellas. Just this week, bro. We had tornadoes in Florida that hit my second home, Panama City Beach, Alabama.
Hey, shout out to everybody who survived it, who's going through it. We wish you the best. Definitely reach out if there's anything we can do to help. We want to. But as far as, man, we're here in the Midwest.
At the simultaneous time, the Midwest was going through a snowstorm or the ice storm or that whole shit on Tuesday.
Yeah, what's happening?
Well, I want to say first, I'm glad we got snow and not tornadoes. Tornadoes all the time.
I'm not asking for the other one, but I'm
Are
saying.
you asking how we got here? I'm saying it's also in the East Coast, all the way from New York down to South Carolina, or I'm sorry, down to Florida, was floodings. And Glenn, how we got here was we're in a polar vortex effect because back in November, I don't know if I'm sure you listened to our other show. You should have. But the Earth got hit by a black hole planet explosion that was billions of light years away. But the effect was like basically Goku hit a Kamehameha wave at Earth, and it shifted us and it knocked it tilted our axis.
So you believe in a globe? I just want to ask. You believe we live in a globe?
Are you asking me? Or are you asking him?
I'm asking Devin because what he's saying right now is it proposes that the Earth isn't flat.
I'm not a flat earther.
He did this, so
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said a globe. Like
I am not a flat earther.
So it hit Earth like
it the wave. You got the wave, and so it tilted the axis of the fucking shit, which caused our polar caps to fucking flush. And all that's funneling right now down to the south.
Yeah, we got some more snow coming in this weekend, they say, don't we?
That's right. We're in a polar vortex, and it's going to peak January 24th. And they're not talking about it on the news.
Is that going to be bad snow or what?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be like, I posted it up. It's going to be projected like 24 degrees, man. By
shit.
Like in Mexico here. I don't.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
totally different.
Like in Mexico, it's going to be 24 degrees.
Yeah, which never happens
ever.
Yeah.
I was just telling my wife, I'm like, man, how do they get coats if they don't have a market for coats? Like, do we need to start sending coats down there ASAP so they don't freeze to death? Because I've never heard of if they're at 24, they're right off the coast. They're bound to get hit with some kind of snow.
Well, stock up now because the second wave's coming tonight, and so that's why that's why another reason why I'm not drinking tonight is because after the show we're gonna go get firewood and shit, to the store, which everybody do it, guys. Fucking Ecuador TV station hijacked by the cartel while they were live demanding a ransom. Stacey J, I know you heard about this, Daddy.
I did. My mind is, who the fuck's gonna play with them? Like, I'm in fucking Missouri and I wouldn't play with the cartel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, is there anything you want me to put on the teleprompter, guys? Or you're good? All right, let me know when you are ready.
You said you needed what?
Like, what else do you guys need? You want some coffee?
I think it was Jose. He said the 2 creamer. It was the 2 creamer for Jose, and Luis, you wanted just the sugar.
Man. Imagine messing up the cartel's coffee order. That's it, right?
Like, bruh. They're pulling in with military-style trucks with fucking M60s on the back. They're shooting it out with police helicopters down there. Like,
that's right.
I'll fuck with
gaslighting. Starts right. It was actually Stacey that loaded your cup. I was fucking holding the camera. You told me to just stand still. I gotta pee, and now my blood pressure's up. I was
Please don't cut my head off type shit.
Oh, this is where Stacey's gonna start.
Please don't do it live on camera.
This is where Stacey's gonna start eating me alive. Let me edit it because I already did get that. Come on, Stacey, roast me. Sun has a hole in size of Sixers.
Man, look, there's so many videos, and this is why I go to the flat earth, because not saying none of this shit is impossible, right? But I was raised in Christianity. They talk about firmaments, and the fact that we have pilots that are above the sun in the sky and have put these photos and videos out of them literally looking at the sun below them make sense. When you look at a flight from Australia to, Canada, why are, you know what I mean? We'll just put it like this: airplane gas mileage. If you look at an old school map, a flat map, they're flying on a flat map. They're not flying on a globe. And I only say this because I know pilots. I know people that are like, no, man, like they do this shit for a living, and they're like, no, the earth is flat, bro. Like, you can see as far as you can see straight ahead, and nothing drops in elevation. Come on now.
The earth is flat.
So I used to be you see, I got globes, bro.
I'm just do
call it what it is. Like, I'm just telling you,
the earth is flat.
I think the more you look into educating yourself, and everything runs around dollars. Matter of fact, let me help you. Everything runs around dollars. So
I'm in charge of the aliens. Like, I know the earth
really
is
quick.
flat.
Let's call it what it is. You take a globe. They come from Japan. They fly over. They don't fly across. So when you look at it and you really want to break it down and you pull out a flight map, why is it when you have people flying out of Russia, they're not going straight across, but they go over Africa? There's things that you have to look at the numbers. You know what I mean? What it would cost if this globe was flat. It's half the price on mileage. And you talk to and again, I'm going to tell you it's science. Like, I used to be a firm believer that as far as, how could it be flat, this and that? Then you turn to the Bible. Everybody can have their own religion. I'm nothing against it. However, it says we're in a firmament. When you think and you look at the small ecosystems that are in a glass jar, right?
I'm with you. Yep.
They can maintain on their own and self-sustain forever. The earth, if we all were wiped out tomorrow, the earth will still be here. If it was a globe and there were the atmospheres they talk about, right? You have to get rid of the glass. Elon Musk can't get the rocket out through the glass. When you watch these videos, what is below is above. What is above is below. They hit water. There's plenty of evidence of when they're going up. All of a sudden, it's just streamlined smoke, and then boof. You can literally watch the ripples of what looks like water. And then they blow up. They hit something. What are they hitting? The glass firmament. Whether it's glass, whatever it is, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I do know from that point of view. And then the second point of view is you can pull up any flight map, which I wish we would have talked about this before because I would have
you're right
for you. that
We'll dig into that. I'm
They-
writing
they-
shit down
hey,
for
real
next
shit,
week,
they
Daddy. No,
literally
I got you.
they fly straight lines. Pilots fly straight lines. If they deviate, they deviate. Like when you're coming out of India, I can speak on this one from my mother because she went to India. Rest in peace. God bless her soul. From India to Germany to America, you pull up a globe, it doesn't line up. They flew a straight line. You pull out, which if we were in my, in my basement, I have an actual old nautical map that shows you the flat Earth elements, and you draw a line, and the only way you're getting that straight line is on a flat nautical map. You're not getting it on any globe. You look at what in gas it would take to go from, I think it was Australia to England, was literally $10,000 plus per stop. They only make one stop going from Australia to England.
I feel like an idiot now because like I wasn't prepared to go this angle, but like
You're fine. Like,
all I could say is George Lucas said shit was circular. So next, France dumps farm feces as in shit throughout the streets of the government buildings as well as the Autobahn. Why was it France dumpers were the farmers? Because the France government raised the cost of the retirement like payouts, and instead of raising it on the tax people, they said no big deal, we're just going to hit the farmers
actually, they hit
because
all
no
the
one's
country.
and the farmers said we're done, and they are dumping shit. Glenn, have you heard
man.
about this?
I saw briefly some of that. Could you imagine having to clean that up, first of all?
I quit.
Oh my God. You can't
I
pay me enough, dude.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I quit.
Like,
That's what I used to do when I was training to be the world's best fighter. Like I cleaned horse shit.
yeah.
Like the
That's
stalls.
crazy. That's not
grew up
even
on a
thought in
farm.
my mind. Yeah, that's awesome for you guys. I don't know that I'd want to do that. You know, that's a lot. I mean, they dumped a lot. Like, and
They
I want to
they
know.
dumped
I want to
shit.
know whoever's idea that was. Kudos to you.
Oh, they're like
It's
troll
that-
level 9,000 doing
Yeah,
that.
that's
New
insane.
Boston Tea Party is the new Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, it really is. It's so good.
I support
There-
it all the way.
Here's where Stacy's gonna roast me again. New Orleans Saints quarterback Jameis Winston tells coach to get fucked. And here's what I mean where he says to get fucked. On the very last possession of the Saints, they were already up by a touchdown. The ball was down at the 1. They just had to knee it
Huh.
twice.
Well, really
Game
quick,
over.
I just
Both
want to tell Glenn something really quick. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
Herb Sibbons wants you to know that if you lose your match in May, you're cleaning the barn.
Oh no, Sean.
And so-
Sean has stalls at his ranch, and that's been a punishment for someone before.
Oh,
we must record it.
If they lost, they had to go do all of Sean's tasks at his barn, and I don't want to have to do that.
You talking about Sean Vincent?
Yes, sir.
I'm only asking because we got somebody in the, in the chat asking. I hope we don't hear anything from Sean Vincent.
that guy's a whole nother
Yeah.
level of troll.
Sean Vincent's my partner. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So anyway, they fucking went ahead. Homeboy needed a touchdown to get paid for a bonus. So Jameis Winston said, I ain't down in it. And he fucking hiked it,
You got
handed the ball off, and so he got him his paycheck.
So Tannehill is who threw the touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins to make sure that he got his touchdown money. With what is his name? I think it's Jameis Winston there in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, Jameis Winston.
So his thing, and I just want to say, y'all being in wrestling, you should want this kind of teammate. I've been on the field, I've been putting the grind in. I haven't had a chance to score yet.
Call
We want
audible.
to show him that he's worth it. You know what I mean? Like he's my teammate. I want him to get a touchdown. I want to help him. I mean,
Put the kid over.
But
Yeah.
you see all these quarterbacks have their favorite. You know what I mean? Like if you really think about it, Josh Allen, Stephen Diggs, right? You
Yeah.
go down to the Rams, you got, their quarterback loves, well, now he loves Nakua, but he was loving, what's the other guy's name? Cooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
so it's
Amari Cooper.
everybody. No, not Amari Cooper.
Everybody's got their favorites. I mean, you got somebody you can rely on at all times. right?
Exactly.
You know.
And I
My
think
issue.
if you want to show leadership, what other way do you solidify, like, I'm here for my team? Like he said, they were already getting their ass whooped.
It was a meaningless game. No, it was a meaningless game. Both coaches were going to be fired after the game. It was public knowledge.
So for people to be upset over him wanting to help somebody, if I can have somebody help my career,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want somebody to help your career?
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm in that position, I'm probably doing the same thing.
Well, it's like
Right.
when Brady did it to Gronk, they made a whole fucking special on it. Oh,
Yeah.
did you see how great Brady was when he made sure to have Bruce Arians put Gronk in and
He's
make
also
sure
the
he
GOAT.
could have fuck yeah, he is.
It's
Fuck
you
yeah, he
can't-
is.
It's hard to argue, you know.
There's no way.
Aliens.
He went to Super Bowl with 2 different teams and has what, 5 or 6 rings at this point.
Yeah.
Man is the GOAT of football.
Yeah, he's
Aliens in Miami, as reported Thursday night while we were live, and how the fuck we didn't hear about it is beyond me.
Because it got hidden.
They were in the Miami Mall and cops everywhere, and I'm not going to say apparent, 8 to 10 foot creatures were walking around.
So Stranger Things is happening in real life, essentially, right?
That's what it sounds like.
Is this where we find out the Russians have just been underneath Miami the whole time? Or
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. Did you hear about the tunnel in Jerusalem underneath the synagogue?
Oh my God, no.
Man, look, the shit that's going on is getting stranger and stranger. They went in and arrested the whole synagogue, go under the synagogue, find bloody mattresses, strollers.
Oh,
Then there's a grate on the outside of the synagogue that they're crawling through these tunnels and escaping through the grates. And so anything is possible. Russia could be under Miami for all we know.
Yeah,
No,
nothing surprises me anymore, dude. You know,
But-
like,
My issue is Stacy and I asked them to come out on the 20th.
No. Devin
What?
asked them to come out. Stacy
laughed.
with them.
Stacy was live with Devin, therefore guilty by association when it comes to the aliens. You are now part of my Avenger squad. Shut up. And
Yes.
so me and Stacy told the aliens to put on their fucking transponders. My guess is that it was like a 3-week delay. And when they knew I was going to be in Panama City Beach, because that's all I kept plugging in on that episode,
yeah.
they showed up to Miami. And so, like, this is the analogy I told Stacy. Have you seen Hercules, the Disney version?
A long time ago.
The cartoon version. All right. So
Yeah,
when
a long time
Hades
ago.
resurrects all these motherfuckers to go
Yeah.
attack Olympus, and
Yeah.
they're all like, blah, blah, blah. And Hades is like, guys, Olympus is that way?
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, what I think happened was like the aliens heard Florida, showed up in fucking Florida, and they were like,
Overshot it in my.
they're like, Devin.
Yeah.
And then they're
Yeah,
like, guys, Panama City Beach is
that
that
way.
way?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Just a little,
ah.
yeah.
Dude, and you said this story was fake, Stacy. That
No,
apparently,
I
no?
don't think it's fake. I think that.
what happened today? About today. I'm talking about.
Oh,
in
well, I want to
conjunction
stay
today.
on the aliens in Miami for a minute.
Go
because,
ahead. Go ahead.
One of the crazy things that I was looking at was what I seen, and I
God,
had
my
to do
nipples
my
are hard
research.
about this alien talk. Fuck you. Let's go.
Okay, weirdo. This ain't the water boy. But as far as they're saying that the coordinates where they were located, if you
Yeah.
completely 180 them, right, you do a half circle, it lands in Antarctica.
Mhm.
Now you have
Oh,
to wonder with all the
wow.
talk on Antarctica and how they're saying that, if you really think about it, why is it all the countries don't want people there? They can agree on that, but can't agree that you shouldn't be killing, innocent civilians. Makes no sense. But if hypothetically that was right, some shit really just got exposed. Now, I'm all the way with the Floridians. I'm not gonna lie to you though. If an 8 to 10 foot creature came walking down my street where I'm grabbing my son and my wife and we getting the fuck out of here, okay?
Not
Like,
me.
I'm not pulling out a camera. I'm not pulling out shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all are on, but like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Tough guy or
Not
not,
me.
man. Look, I respect it, but I would never want my co-host to be the guy that walks up to an alien and they eat his ass. Okay, like,
They ain't gonna eat me. We already role played this.
What if Devin gets the first interview?
Now that's
let me-
totally different. But what if he doesn't and they just zap? You know what I'm saying? You turn to fucking ash.
That
You know
show's
what I'm
gonna, yeah, but that show's gonna be the highest rated one. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's gonna be
convinced,
good.
Glenn, that the aliens.
Until we get
My
Cat
grandfather
Williams, he's setting records.
taught me a
That's
lot
true.
about aliens and about space, and so I'm convinced when the aliens come, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, I know you guys know Tim Killian. I'm his grandson," and they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, tell it." So
Yeah.
that I am the link.
That's cool. If that
I
happens, I need you to hook me up,
when?
and whenever. Okay, when it
Give me the
happens.
technology. Just give me
Yeah.
the technology. We're gonna get rich.
Oh,
Just
we're
get
gonna get the technology.
Okay,
I'm with you, man. Stacy, you broke it today. Oh no, fuck that. We're rolling into it. So aliens in Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it fake?
I think that photo. Well, one they're
It
already.
didn't look real.
Yeah, they're saying it's fake. They're saying it's photoshopped. I will say that at any angle, everybody looks taller, right? If I came underneath Devin and I took a picture from the ground, he's gonna look 8 foot tall. I've got a picture with my grandma that when you look at it, it looks like my head is on the roof. You know what I mean?
Right,
Just because of
right.
the angle. So it's
Right.
everybody wants what we call clout. Everybody wants notoriety. Everybody wants to be the thing that finds something weird. How about you find us some animals that are extinct? You know, you're in Brazil, take your ass in the rainforest, find us something there because
Yeah.
that looked like a regular ass human. It didn't look like anything different.
They had
So
on hats.
exactly, like where the fuck do you think this is coming from? Put your foil hat on and get out of here, man. Like this shit is crazy. So
They stopped and got bucket hats on the way that they
so
walked
it's
on.
gonna be a little sunny there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
But no, I see you shaking your head, Devin. Like, what do you think?
They're here. Like it's
They've been
all
here.
ready too late. No, like
Okay, but
it's
here's
time.
the deal. When do you think? Do you think ever they're gonna? I mean, at some point they're gonna have to announce it, right?
No, it's
They
gonna
already
be. It'll be
They already
announced.
announced aliens
No,
are
the
here. They did that
government will.
last year.
No, if everything goes to my timeline, the government will acknowledge it by March of 2025, where the
So I'm gonna be
government will
honest.
literally come out and fucking here's fucking because by then that'll give me enough time to speak with the government officials where I can be like, look, this is what we need. First and foremost, they said you need to
Call
like.
the motherfuckers now and tell them help us.
Oh, I already got the staff to acknowledge. Like, I already have my fucking space. Me and the boys
So
built it.
how legit is all the stuff Tom DeLonge was working on?
Fill us in.
Legit.
Is it?
It is.
Fill
I
me in
followed
on
his
it.
Senegal hearing. Tom DeLonge is a famous musician, and you might have known him called the sweet ass band called Blink 182, and he's fucking had like this conspiracy. What everyone deemed him as conspiracy, it was basically saying you need to fucking acknowledge UFOs, motherfuckers, and he got them to. He finally fucking got the government to be like, yes. Fine, like you win. You're
But didn't
right.
Didn't they let him work with people for a little while? Like, isn't that what he
Yes.
was doing while he was not in Blink?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
So what makes you guys think they come from outer space and not under the ocean with all the shit that's undiscovered in the ocean?
I mean,
That's
there are species.
They're real,
in the
Jared.
ocean.
They're just unidentified. They may not be aliens. They could be demons. I'm sorry. I'm responding to Jared. He said something in the chat. I just wanted to let him know.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the reason why I asked that, right? Octopuses are some of the, strangest yet smartest creatures on the planet. They can escape anything. They move around. They can camouflage themselves. I mean, hell, they're an alien in my mind. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about like an unknown creature, their shit. They got the blue ring octopus. They can't even get a fucking serum to fight the poison and the venom.
Yeah.
So I mean, who's to say? Again, we can't get shit to the depths of the ocean that we can get out and explore. Right? We can send like something down, but we can't explore it. There is so much shit in the ocean. We discover new fish every year.
Oh yeah.
So who's to say back in
It's
the
the
day,
most beautiful, terrifying place in the world.
real life. Like I'm scared to death of the deep, like you get into them cruise ship depths. I scares the shit out of me. Whirlpools. But when you go back and you look in history, right? And there's plenty of sailors that spoke of sirens, right? Mermaids.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that they aren't UFOs? When you go and you look at Black Panther, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got this whole mermaid culture underneath the ocean. They hide shit in plain sight, right?
Right.
Who's to say they're not really trying to disclose that information to us yet? Because there's plenty of video footage where, I mean, Photoshop is a hell of a thing. But there's some videos of mermaids that look damn real.
Yeah.
And bodies they found. Who's to say that's not an alien and it shape shifts when it comes to land?
That's true too.
There's too much evidence of sirens.
Bro, anything now. That's the crazy part is like when you see movies, even with Terminator and stuff. It's like, it's out there, but now you're just like, man, everything's so crazy that any of this. any of this stuff is actually could possibly be real happening right now. And
Terminator
wouldn't-
is
I
real.
wouldn't- that's what I'm saying, and it wouldn't even surprise me. You know what I mean? Like, after then, yeah, it's just so anymore. I'm just like, I don't know. It's
mean,
just so much.
They've got nano particles that this is the scariest thing to me. I think we've talked about this before. Is these fucking nano bugs that they can drop out. Yeah, they can. They literally fly right into your head and blow your fucking skull out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like
insane.
if they want to take us over, any government, the person who gets that contract, right? You fly over America and you just drop them out like mosquitoes, which is coincidence that in California they released a bunch of mosquitoes into the wild over the summer.
Mhm.
Who's to say that these things aren't prepping to take us out? Like Rome went down. Every dynasty goes down. And it falls with the thought of what Joe Biden said one day. And when I heard it, it was like hearing, like if I would have been back in Roman time, hearing Rome say we can't be defeated, right? He was like, this is America. It's the strongest country in the world. We can fight 3 wars at once. No, the fuck we can't. Our military is at the fucking smallest it's ever been. We could barely get through World
one
War
war
II.
is a lot, man. One war is a whole lot.
To say we can do 3? Like, wait a minute, who are you sending to die? Because I don't.
Which
think
leads to Iran seizes the U.S. oil tanker to counter the Yemen attacks. Stacey, you brought this up, man.
Well, this actually just broke 16 minutes before the show.
Go on.
So, as far as what I was reading in response to the attacks we had on Yemen today, which nobody's going to be talking about it, but we blew their ass to smithereens in certain parts. In return, Iran seized an oil tanker. And when you think about that shit, Iran has made it very clear, don't fuck with Yemen, right? They've made it clear that if we fuck with them, Iran is entering the bullshit, and they're all the way with the shit. You got Russia out here knocking fucking, well, China and Russia knocking fucking cargo ships right out of the ocean.
Mhm.
Like, nobody's talking about this shit. Like, they're literally trying to stop. And I don't pick sides. I'm in America. Okay. Like, I'm back America because that's where the fuck I live, and I don't want shit to go sideways. But when you start fucking with international commerce, a war is ensuing. It's gonna happen. And the fact that they're knocking cargo ships out, and they've knocked out several to the point that some of the largest carriers are saying, we're not going up, we're not going through it. We're not gonna hit anywhere over there. We're just gonna go all the way the fuck around. And if they're choosing to do that and all deliveries stop to the certain areas in the Middle East, Israel, you know what I mean? They can flood them out and kill them just by they don't have the resources, right? So Yemen seizing an oil ship most likely was a shipment from us to where? Israel, most likely.
Israel. Yeah.
And if that happens, Israel's going to expect us to back them. Israel's going to want us to, you know what I mean? Like, step in. But at this point in time, let's just call it what it is. Let them work that shit out between themselves. Let Israel fight their war. Don't drag us in it. They want to start bombing some shit. Y'all playing with some major key players, man. Shit'll get bad. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, remember how quick they stopped that boat? Yeah, it was like I knew it. Yeah, something was going on with that 4 days. I know what he's talking about. That shit exploded on impact when they brought in fucking motherfuckers. He's talking about the U-boat that was powered by the PlayStation controller.
Oh, so they said that blew up. Like, they knew it blew up like 2 hours underneath. Well, they said it was about 2 hours in.
Well,
they heard the
drop,
and then boom, and it was over. But again,
they
look at all the shit that happened while they went over that. We had so many new laws passed through.
Yeah, a lot of signatures got signed that day. That's what I was saying.
When they released that list, a bunch of shit got signed. People, like, you got to stop looking at what's on CNN and go to BBC World News. Like, look at other shit. Look at WSI. You know what I mean? That's a World News, or here, I can actually tell you what it is. It's a WSJ.com. It's the Wall Street Journal, but they attach it to, you can pull articles from different countries, basically. Look at what other countries are saying about us. Don't ever look at like we're a propaganda country.
Man,
we are a propaganda.
Well, all those channels are ratings driven. You know what I mean? So, how do you hook people to just stay and watch?
You know what my sick and twisted ass
exactly
watches at 2 a.m. in the morning. I mean, you said I watched the North Korea TV, and holy fuck, is that boring? Like, have you ever watched what the Daddy Kim makes everybody watch over there? Because he controls the shit.
Man, look, I'm going to tell you this. I had a friend. stationed in South Korea.
Yeah.
Not saying he ever went to North Korea,
Okay.
but he has stated that the people that defect, right, that try and
Yeah.
make their dash, they finally make the dash, they make it out. It's terrible. The shit they're
I've
going.
been to South Korea. I know what you're
I
saying.
mean,
Yeah, I get you.
it's terrible, but they have a little bit more freedom than what's portrayed. So again, we live in America, the heart of propaganda. We have to hate somebody. And the only person you can keep standard at hate is North Korea because, we've hated them since Korean War. You know what I mean? So as far as, again, I look outside of American news. You can even go to Canada, look at their Canadian news. It's a totally different thing. And when you got a lot of these countries' news stations straight up saying America's falling, that's a scary thought process. Like, they know what's really going on because, hell, Putin gets on TV and straight up says it. Hey, look, they're fucking up. We're about to fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucks them up. You know what I mean? Like, don't fuck us up, please.
He treats that country like a fucking business, bro. The way he addresses shit, like, all right, everybody, listen up. Fucking America's talking shit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and launch a couple more nuke lines. All right.
Well,
Cool.
I mean, so let's call it what we've all heard about. We talked about the waves last week, and we talked about the earthquakes in Japan. Who's to say that that's not Russia disturbing the earth? Like, and the only reason I say that is because they've made it very clear that as far as they have a submarine that can cause a tsunami that could wipe out the East Coast. Like, people don't really understand.
And it's probably with like a sonar, like super
actually a nuke
wave, right?
Yeah,
oh, really?
That's a form of a nuke.
When they let the nuke off, they control the blast zone. So instead of it going backwards, it basically is pushing it forward.
Push forward. Okay.
Exactly. And it's right now, honestly, shit, with this winter vortex, we're gonna be at one of our weakest spots. That's why I said earlier before the show, I was like, I feel like we'll be at war by March, because everything lining up right now, it's gonna be a cold winter, right?
Yeah.
That's what we've been told over and over and over. I think we all took it figuratively, like it was gonna be cold. No. I think it's really gonna be power outages and shit like that. I mean, you got China hijacking shit, hacking shit over here in our government. You know what I'm saying? Within the government control, they've made it very clear we're touchable.
In the economy with Vegas, I'm sure. Did you guys hear about that shit? The whole Vegas hijacking.
That was the casinos, wasn't it?
That was the casinos. What happened when my wife was, or the week before my wife was going there.
That's the same what they got hacked into.
Yeah, they fucking overtook a lot of hotels.
Couldn't take money. They couldn't do any business. They had to shut it down. How much money do you think they lost? They lost billions in a couple days.
Yeah. See that? I wonder when all of it's going to get shut down. Like all the electronics, internet, all that stuff. At some point, it's got to stop, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, our power grid is, maxed out, and it's all controlled on like 9 power centers that they've got enough fucking insurgents and you know what I'm saying? What do they call cells here that shit. Yeah. I mean, we've seen a wave of where North Carolina over in, you know what I'm saying, the East Coast got knocked out of power for a few weeks. Yeah. See Pennsylvania. It doesn't take much to knock out America, man. And honestly, most people will eat other people alive, and we'll wipe out half our population off top. Fuck, look at Florida and the aliens. Motherfuckers was pulling out guns in the mall where you ain't even supposed to have a gun. Started shooting them motherfucking aliens. You know what I mean? So it tells you the gun where people think the guns are ain't where the guns are. And I made a Facebook post about this. I said, why is it always the gun-free zones where mass shootings happen? Nobody wants to take into account, they want to de-arm America. They want to do all this bullshit. But in reality, the only thing that stops a bad situation is a good guy with a gun. And again, if I'm in a situation like that, hey, if you're not going to shoot that motherfucker, give it to me because I want to live today. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're so far ahead of, dial 911.
No, that's why I keep the fanny pack packing, baby.
Well,
I get what. No, I'm 100% with you.
But
fucking
I say what they do is we invite the aliens on to do the slap fight.
Oh, they're coming.
You know the slap fights.
Hey,
they smack the soul. The soul goes next to him and comes back in.
Yeah, like in Doctor Strange, and he just knock him out of his body.
Hey. That would be fucking insane. But I bet
Could
you would
you
have
imagine?
fucking billions of pay-per-views.
Everybody immediately calls her like, Brock Lesnar, are you busy this weekend? Because
We got the roster lined up. It's
Who?
going to be. First of all, it's my team. I want to make
Okay.
that very clear.
Okay,
You
let's
are
hear
on
it.
it now.
Okay, I'm in.
Stacy is on it now.
Begrudgingly, but
Josh
let's hear it.
Augustine is on it. Lucas Clay is on it. Obviously, my weaker, stupid, idiot cousin Nathan is on
Nathan's
the
on
team.
it.
Hey, at this
Right.
point,
Okay.
hey, man, we got to bring the motherfucker on the show. I don't know this dude.
He's
is
not a dad.
Hey, well, at
He
this
can't
point,
come on. And I said, no,
made
he
this
can.
motherfucker a victim.
Nathan cannot come on the show. And I said, no. Nathan cannot come on the show. He
Give him
cannot come on the show.
15-minute window to talk one day. I
Nathan
promise.
is not coming on the show.
Hey,
It-
why are you his biggest hater, man? What the fuck?
I am responsible for Nathan. I am the strongest. I am the oldest. I am the handsomest. I am the richest. Did I say I'm the strongest? I'm the fastest. I have more tattoos than cousin Nathan, and so therefore I have to look out for him because he cannot look out for himself. And so Nathan is not ready to come on a podcast. Like, what? No, it'll just be. You know what? Fuck it. We should bring him on one time, I guess.
Just once, yeah. Just invite him on.
Just like as a co-host host.
I gotta
Yeah.
ask this question from the chat because I think this will get a good laugh.
Yeah.
I bet Glenn Williams is trying to replace Sean Vincent as the Canadian hero, and he has been secretly talking to Lucky P. Larson and Stephen E. and even Travis Cook to stab him in the back this year in 2024.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This
you
kid.
posted it.
This kid drinks a lot of Monster Energy drinks and punches holes
troll.
in his trailer and just
Oh boy.
and just posts whatever he can think of.
Yeah.
Get his
Yes.
ass off the screen, Devin.
Get that heat.
Yeah,
Well,
you internet bully,
SICW
you
is
internet
Saturday,
bully, Aaron.
January
he's all
13th.
right. He's
Oh,
all right.
okay.
Yeah, Saturday night. We
Belleville
he's a fan
Fairgrounds.
of SICW. We give each other a hard time.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Glenn-
this Saturday night, you can see me. I'll be at the Belleville Fairgrounds, Belclair Fairgrounds. Me and Sean Vincent, we call ourselves the A Team. That's spelled the EH, the A Team, because he's Canadian. Also, fun fact, I'm a little bit French Canadian on my Nana side, so that's cool. So so we got it. We're just trying to really hit the ground running. It's the first show of the year. We want to start off with a win because we are making it known we want the tag team titles this year. That's the goal. We will not stop until we get that by any means necessary. That means if we have to find an alien to help cheat, I swear to God, that's what I will do.
Maybe you
I will
need,
do whatever it takes.
By
you
your
know?
dads to help
Hey,
you.
I'm behind the
exactly.
whatever it takes. By all means
Hey,
necessary,
I appreciate
baby.
that. Yeah, man, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? There's,
Yeah.
I got a motto that I live by, and it's no weak shit. You know what I mean? So I got to do what I got to do.
If
I
you,
like
ever
gotta
see,
do.
if you ever see two
at the
tired
bottom,
dads
Devin.
sitting in the audience there watching you guys during that championship match, and
Yeah.
if you accidentally like throw one of the dads into the guys you're fighting, like use the dads as a weapon, that's totally acceptable, right?
That's fine. Yeah,
Throw
we-
Devin
I-
ass.
we might
I
be able to
can't
do
take
that.
physical violence. I'm fighting back. I'm
You
not
and
gonna
I are
do
sitting
it.
ringside, and we will have
I'll
stupid
sit
idiot cousin
ringside.
Nathan protecting us. And if anything happens to us, it's his fault.
I've
Well, no.
seen firsthand Nathan throw some mean roundhouse kicks. You know what I mean? He can
I
throw
love
some
my
kicks.
cousin Nathan. He is not a
He can
stupid.
throw some kicks. Shout out to
Sound to
Nathan.
me like
Shout out
me
cousin
like
Nathan.
he's
Shout out
saying.
to Nathan. Cousin Nathan.
Sound to me like he's saying Nathan will kick your ass in the head, Devin.
He won't do shit. I
I'm
will
just
block
talking
it and I will
shit.
throw him across the yard. It'll be so fast and strong. Anyway, Glenn, thank you for coming
Thank you guys
on.
for having
guys,
me, man. I
thank
Hey,
you.
great show.
Fun,
I
great
appreciate
show. Please, everyone, if everyone really quick, this is serious. Like, if you could go to the Spreaker app, download the Spreaker app, go to Two Tired Dads, like us and follow on it, please. That is how we track a lot of our stuff and how we get graded. We really appreciate the support. We don't know if we have a confirmed guest next week. We're just going to play it by the ear. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. We'll announce it when we get everything confirmed. Glenn.
Look, shout out your IG, Glenn.
Hey, follow me. Mostly, I'm mostly on TikTok and Facebook right now. So at Big Nasty Glenn, that's GLENN, and then you can find me on Facebook, Glenn Williams. And then I'm on Twitter as well, or X, whatever they call it. That thing Elon
Musk.
bought. I'm over there too.
The
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm just doing a lot of doing a lot of wrestling this year. Gonna try to release some music too, and start kind of getting both of those things under the same
Send
umbrella.
the music our way. Well, song of the week.
Dude. Yeah. Hey, anytime you guys want to get back together, let me know, man. I'll pop
Dude.
through. And this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having me on with the interesting conversation. So this is fun.
We'll have to bring. I think what needs to happen. No, I'll
After
talk
you
about
grab
that. with
tag
you.
team championship. We want you on here talking big shit.
Hey, I talk that talk, but I also can back it up. So I'll get in
Hey.
there and smack somebody so hard even Google won't be able to find them.
I like
On
that.
behalf of Big Nasty Glenn Williams, I'm Devin James.
I'm
Appreciate
Stacey
it.
Bonds.
We are two
Two
tired.
dads.
Bro, what a fucking episode. I mean, isn't this
Exhausted.
fucking
This was fun.
dude? This is like our little Saturday Night Live outro. Where, you got the
Shout out
First to Capri
Freeze.
Suns.
dude. I haven't, dude. This is the first show I did sober. Weird.
Congratulations.
Really,
You
I'm
did
the
it.
basic. Well, I mean, not like that. Like I'm
Thank you
saying,
for honoring
usually,
Mike for
Hey.
follow us. Oh, we're out. We're out. Drop that bass, Jimmy.